Hello everyone, today I'm going to be showing you guys how to download, install, and use Jmeter. So to download, very simple, Google Jmeter. It's going to take you to homepage. Just press on download releases. Download any of these, any of them work fine. You're also going to need one more thing, which is plugin manager. So you can just Google Jmeter plugin manager. I also included the links in the PowerPoint. Download this, and let's get started. So I already did that. I don't want to do it again. You have to open the folder, unzip it. One important thing, this is the plugin manager that we downloaded. You have to go to library and you have to drag this and drop it in the library. So now everything should be working. You go to bin. Let's see, Jmeter. You want to run the Windows batch file. Sometimes it's just going to show you jmeter.bat and that should work fine. Alright, let's see here. All good. So this is how it looks like. You have your test plan here. You can change it to my test plan, for example. Should change the name as soon as you right click on it. Main one thing you want to do is add thread group. So what we're doing right now is basically testing a website on how good it is, how does it deal with users trying to access the website. Let's get to it. So let's say I'm just gonna use YouTube for example. YouTube thread group. Okay. You can put any comment here. You can tell it what happens if there's an error. So for me, I'm just gonna stop thread. If any error happens, I want to stop the thread. I don't want it continuing. Number of users. Let's say 10, 15. It doesn't matter. It really depends how many users you want to test on the website. Ramp up period is basically going to be like how many seconds should it wait to put 15 users. So for example, loop count. If we have 5 loops and we have, let's say, 10 seconds. So here what's going to happen, every 10 seconds, 15 users going to be basically requesting access for the homepage. And it's going to loop that for 5 times. So let's change that to like every 3 seconds and we should be all set. So for you do, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna add in sampler HTTP request, which is the website. Otherwise, there are so many other options that you can use. But the main point is searching for a website or searching how good a website is. So here we're gonna have YouTube HTTP request. This is just a name. You can name it whatever you want. Comment whatever you want. Here is where the homepage goes. So for example, YouTube's gonna be youtube.com, Google's gonna be google.com. There's one more thing you guys can do. You can go to my test plan. You can add a shortcut. So let's see. YT stands for youtube.com. And then I would just use YT here. And that works fine. Alright, let's just get rid of that. And now for us to actually see the report, we need to add the listener. So in this example, I'm going to show you how to do aggregate graph. I'm just going to put 2 in, and I'm going to add another listener, which is view result tree. And then we can run it using the green button here. The difference between this and this button is this one starts and does no pauses, but this one starts if there's any problem. It pauses it until like it lets you know what's happening so you're aware. Alright, so let's start. It's telling me that you didn't save this. You should save your test plan before running it. Do you want to save it? If you want it for future reference, you can always save it. I'm just gonna press no, and we can see it's running. Alright, think it's, I believe it should be done. Yep, okay. So here, why you use this, it shows you that, okay, green means it passed. It shows you load time, connection time, latency, and how many size of bytes, and how many sent. And you can basically see it for each single one of them, and then you can compare. But that's where the aggregate graph kicks in. We can just sorry, it's just loading. Okay, let's see. I want average, I want median, I want average, I want median, and let's say min and max. Alright, and then we press on graph. So right now it's showing us the graph for the result. The average, this is the request. This is the millisecond. So average request that it can handle is 702. That's approximately 0.7 second. Median is 595, which is 0.6 second approximately. The minimum time it took is 318 millisecond, which is 0.3 second, I believe. And then the furthest, the most, that the max time it took is 1.2, which is a second point 2. Alright, I hope you guys learned something. I also want to show you some other features that you can use. There is the clear. So if let's say I have two examples right now, if I press on this clear, it's only gonna clear the graph. But if I press on the second one, which is clear or, it's gonna basically wipe out this graph. As you can see here, everything is gone. It's still showing previous data. And then if you press here, as we can see, no data. And here, let's change the name to something random. Let's run it, see what happens. As we can see here, it shows nothing. This was the previous data. Now this is the new data. And as we can see, it stopped. So as we can see, there are way less requests right here shown than before. It's because I told it if there's any error, stop thread, which basically stops everything. Alright, that's everything. I hope you guys learned something. Thank you for listening.